Section 1. Introduction. Your business might feel like it is moving at full speed. The energy is high, people are busy, projects seem to be in motion. Yet, beneath this surface of frantic activity, chaos can be secretly taking root and growing. Small, seemingly minor operational problems often fester quietly in the background, unseen and unaddressed. These are the red flags, the early warning signals that something is fundamentally broken. They are silent saboteurs, slowly but surely draining the life out of your organization. Ignoring them is not an option. These small issues inevitably blossom into catastrophic failures that threaten your very survival. The time to spot them is now, before they can do any more damage. Why does spotting these red flags matter so deeply? Because operational chaos is an expensive and destructive force. It stealthily consumes your most valuable resources, time, money, the trust you have built with your customers and your team. When chaos reigns, your best people burn out, exhausted by the constant friction and lack of progress. Your customers, sensing the disarray, lose confidence and begin to look elsewhere for more reliable partners. As a leader, your focus shatters, scattered across a dozen fires that should never have started in the first place. Finding these red flags is the critical first step toward reclaiming control and building a healthier, more resilient business. Fortunately, the fixes for these common operational problems are often surprisingly simple. They do not require massive budgets or complex technological overhauls. What they demand is a commitment to clarity, a willingness to take decisive action, the discipline to see those actions through. This is not about adding more work to your plate. It is about working smarter, eliminating the wasteful activities that are holding you back. This will illuminate the 10 most common red flags. It will give you the tools to see them, understand them, fix them for good. This guide is designed for practical application. It is a roadmap to help you diagnose the hidden illnesses within your operations. Each section will break down a specific red flag, making it easy to identify within your own organization. We will explore what it means, the clear sign to watch for, and a straightforward fix you can implement immediately. The goal is not to overwhelm you with theory, but to empower you with actionable steps. Your journey out of chaos and toward operational excellence begins with understanding these silent saboteurs. Let's pull back the curtain and expose them, one by one, before they wreck your business from the inside out. The first, and perhaps most visible red flag, is the plague of excessive meetings that produce no actionable outcomes. This is a common ailment in organizations of all sizes. Calendars are packed from morning until night with back-to-back discussions. People dutifully show up, listen, and offer their opinions. The conversation might feel productive in the moment, but when the meeting ends, nothing actually changes. The same topics reappear on the agenda for the next meeting, and the cycle repeats. This is not productive work. It's the illusion of work organizational theater that drains energy and stalls progress. The most telling sign: meetings that end without a clear owner for the next step. If you walk out of a 1-hour discussion and can't name who will move the ball forward, it was likely a waste. Before scheduling, demand a clear agenda and stated purpose. What decision needs to be made? Assign an owner and a firm due date. End with the top 3 actions. The second red flag that can paralyze a business is the habit of frequently revisiting decisions that have already been made. A team invests time and energy to debate an issue. They analyze the data, consider the options, and finally arrive at a consensus or a clear choice. The path forward seems set. However, a few days or weeks later, someone expresses doubt or new information emerges, and the entire topic is thrown back on the table for discussion. The decision is questioned, debated again, and sometimes even reversed. This creates a kind of organizational quicksand where every step forward is precarious, and the team feels like it is constantly losing ground, unable to build any real momentum. Establish and adhere to a clear decision-making framework. Define who decides, document the reasons and data, and limit when decisions can be reopened. 2 closely related red flags: poor risk management. A lack of contingency plans form a dangerous combination that leaves a business brutally exposed to unexpected events. Poor risk management means that potential threats are either completely unknown or willfully ignored. They are not actively scanning the horizon for icebergs. This creates an environment where the organization is constantly being blindsided by predictable problems. These surprises disrupt operations and erode confidence, forcing the team into a perpetual state of reactive firefighting instead of proactive building. Leaders consistently surprised by negative events they did not anticipate. A key supplier suddenly goes out of business. A new competitor launches a disruptive product. A critical server fails without warning. It forces hasty, poorly thought-out decisions under pressure. The simple fix: make risk management a regular, disciplined practice. Once a month, list the top 5 risks, assign an owner, and write a 1-paragraph plan to mitigate. Directly connected: having no contingency plans. Create and test 1-page backups twice a year. The 5th red flag is the absence of a documented corporate strategy. The company's long-term direction exists only in the mind of the founder or a few senior leaders. It is not written down, shared, or understood by the people who must execute it. That creates a thick fog of ambiguity. Employees are left to guess priorities and direction. They might work hard and have good intentions, but their efforts are uncoordinated and sometimes contradictory. Without a North Star, departments pull in different directions, wasting energy and resources. The simple fix: write the strategy down. Define mission, top 3 goals, and the primary focus this year. Then share it widely and refer to it constantly. The tyranny of the now being consumed by short-term urgencies and ignoring the future. All planning becomes reactive, focused on the current month or quarter. Hold quarterly planning and maintain a rolling 12 to 24-month map. The 7th operational red flag emerges when a company's operational budgets are not aligned with its strategic goals. This is a classic case of saying one thing but funding another. Leadership might declare innovation the top priority, yet budgets fund legacy systems. The stated goal could be expand market share, but sales and marketing are first to be cut. That disconnect renders strategy meaningless. Money is the fuel for action, and if it doesn't flow to the right places, the strategic engine won't start. Watch for money consistently spent on low-impact tasks, while initiatives tied to main goals are starved. You hear passionate pleas for projects with no link to top priorities. The fix: create an explicit, unbreakable link between strategy and budget. Start every budget cycle by restating primary goals. Require each department to show the tie to goals. Conduct quarterly reviews and reallocate from low-impact areas. The 8th red flag: internal politics poisoning progress. People protect power or turf over company success. Decisions are based on who benefits, not what's best. Information is hoarded as power. Projects stall from hidden agendas. Fix with crystal clear roles, responsibilities, decision rights, and incentives that reward collaboration. The 9th red flag: operating without performance dashboards. Leadership and direct reports lack a simple, trusted, up-to-date set of metrics. Without a shared source of truth, people are flying blind. They rely on gut feelings, anecdotes, outdated reports to make critical decisions. Different departments pull their own numbers. Meetings turn into arguments about whose data is correct, instead of discussing what the data means and what actions to take. You can't know if you're winning or losing. Classic sign: conflicting numbers in the same meeting. Easy fix: build a single 1-page dashboard as the undisputed source of truth. Limit it to 5 to 7 key metrics: new sales, customer retention, product uptime. Update it weekly and make it visible to everyone. It creates clarity, alignment, a shared understanding of reality. Final red flag: a lack of team cohesion. Team members not aligned, do not trust one another, fail to collaborate effectively. Build trust with weekly check-ins, small rituals, and leaders modeling vulnerability. Confronting a list of 10 operational red flags can feel overwhelming. The natural temptation is to try and fix everything at once, launching a dozen different initiatives to combat every problem simultaneously. This is a common trap that almost always leads to failure. Trying to do too much at once drains focus, dilutes resources, and exhausts the very people you need to drive change. A far more effective approach is to start small. Choose just one red flag from this list, the one that is causing the most pain and friction in your business right now. Dedicate your focus and energy to fixing that single issue completely before moving on. Once you have selected your starting point, avoid making plans without naming owners. Ideas are worthless without execution, and execution requires clear accountability. Assign one single person to be the owner. This person is now responsible for the outcome. Do not assign it to a committee. Committees diffuse responsibility and make slow decisions. Give this single owner a clear and simple mandate. Within 30 days, ensure every leadership meeting has an agenda and ends with documented action items and owners. Give authority and support, set clear parameters, give a 30-day timeline to show measurable progress. This creates a sense of urgency and forces focus on simple, practical actions, rather than endless analysis and complex slide decks. Finally, establish a rhythm of accountability. We have walked through 10 the most common and destructive operational red flags that can silently wreck your business. From the endless cycle of meetings without action to the corrosive effects of internal politics, these issues are the root cause of the chaos, frustration, waste. They are the friction that slows you down, burns out your people, and distracts you from what truly matters: serving your customers and achieving your mission. The good news is that none of these problems are unsolvable. They are the predictable results of a lack of clarity, discipline, and intentionality. The solution is not complex. It begins with a simple choice: the choice to act. End meetings with clear actions. Use a decision rule. List your risks. Write your strategy. Tie budget to goals. Build a dashboard. So, here's your call to action. Pick one red flag. Name the owner. Set a 30-day goal. Schedule weekly check-ins. Small steps stop chaos. Start today.